Is there a way to loosen this up, or?
Yeah, for left to right, it's this one.
Discover GT Window and Door, dedicated to transforming houses into homes for over 12 years. Every window and door is an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities. Whether it's upgrading your windows for better insulation or adding style with a new door, GT Window and Door is here to make your home dreams a reality. I'm Adam with GT Window and Door. We take pride in our commitment to excellence, ensuring we're your go-to for all things windows and doors. Call us today to schedule your consultation and start your journey to a more beautiful, comfortable home with GT Window and Door.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by Ayatt's janitorial services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster by Ayatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster. Thomas Gardens in Faribault is set to get you ready for the holidays. Choose a porch pot and fill it up with their great selection of greens, birch, and spruce tops. Grab a wreath for your front door to greet your guests. For your dinner table, they have squash, honey, syrup, and wild rice. And if you're heading out of town and need a gift, they have local products arranged in baskets to share with your hosts. Thomas Gardens and Nursery, conveniently located along Highway 20 between Faribault and Northfield. Thomas Gardens, here to get you ready for the holidays.
Gutters by GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lea Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection, just like we're committed to supporting your local athletes.
Join us in cheering on the Tigers this season. For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Gutters by GT is seamless solutions, reliable protection for you and your team. Find out more at guttersbygt.com. We are live here from Roy Nystrom Arena at the Albert Lea City Arena. I'm Jay Paul, your play-by-play guy for Albert Lea Varsity Sports. Chad Butzler alongside here on the Saturday before Christmas. Chad, Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you as well.
And we've got Jonathan Streckert here running our cameras tonight. And Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to all you guys. So.
Thanks for helping us out. I know my daughter's at a birthday party and she had the dance rehearsal, so she's not working this weekend. But, yeah, we bring you this game, and then we have 6 days off until, what was next Friday, I think.
Yeah, girls basketball next Friday, I believe.
Yeah. So, yeah, Merry Christmas one and all. Now, we have, I think it could be a fairly close game today. You never know with these Twin Cities schools. You know, this MOUND WESTONKA squad, the Whitehawks, they're, 5-4? And they haven't really played anybody ranked, but when you go through their schedule, it's a lot of familiar names and teams, they're not great teams. Waseca was the only ranked team they played, and they lost 7-6 in a shootout there. So as far as Albert Lea, they do outscore Albert Lea 6.5 to 2.5 and their average score, but they played 4 more games. So I don't know what to make of all that, but we got a chat coming up here with Matt Erickson, the head coach, after a quick break here. And I don't think anybody's got any serious injuries. You noticed too, 4 goalies on the roster for the Whitehawks.
Yeah, 7 seniors, 4 goalies. They got a pretty good, their numbers are up, it looks like. They got quite a few kids.
Yeah, they have a lot of bodies on the team. They do have some goal scorers, like their top goal scorer is, if I can find my notes here, they have 12 out of Colin Hagan, who is a junior, 12 goals, 13 from Liam Grant. He leads the way. He's also a junior. So a couple of the younger dudes getting all their goals scored. They have 3 that one has 9 goals, so almost 3 with double figures in goals. And Albert Lea is lagging, but of course they've only played 5 games, 2-3 on the season. They do have Connor Persig as a 5-goal scorer. He has no assists, but 5 goals. And then on that same line with him is Drake Sternhagen with no goals, but 3 assists. He leads the team in assists, as well as Sam Stay is on that line with 2 goals and no assists. They got to get it going, not only on the power play, which is 0 for this year, but they've got to just get overall scoring, other lines involved in their scoring process.
Yeah, up until Tuesday against Dodge County, it's been a Connor Persig show, and I was glad to see that Sam Stay got 2 goals in the first period on Tuesday night, so spread the wealth a little bit. That's what the girls are so good at doing.
Yes, exactly. And another thing to watch, Albert Albert Lea has 66 penalty minutes. Their opponents this year in those 5 games have 40. So that's a big disparity, 66 to 40. That means they got to watch what they're doing and not take those silly penalties that end up hurting a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't afford to make mistakes like that and still stay in these games.
Especially when your PK is only at 71%. The good news is Whitehawks only have 75% PK. 18 of 24 stops on the power play, on the penalty kill, and their power play is not great. It's right around average, about 20%. 7 out of 35 they've got goals on. Let's take a break as the Zamboni finishes up here, and then we'll get to my conversation with head coach Matt Erickson, and we'll get to the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we'll play hockey here on a Saturday on NowReallyLive.com.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye and LASIK. Many people tell me they've heard horror stories about all the drops needed after cataract surgery. Well, fear no more. At Ritchie Eye and LASIK, Dr. Miller and Dr. Reinsbach are dropless. That's right. No need for medicated eye drops before or after your cataract surgery. I love dropless for my cataract surgery, and you will too.
Ritchie Eye and LASIK in Faribault, your leader in advanced cataract surgery.
How can I help you today?
I don't think I'm in the right place. I have big dreams, like Crab Brewery-sized dreams.
I like it.
Your bank is very,
Cozy?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We prefer more personal interactions. We dedicate the majority of our space to our customers' dreams.
Wow. Look at that.
I know, it never gets old.
Wow. This is way bigger than your office.
Discover GT Window and Door, dedicated to transforming houses into homes for over 12 years. Every window and door is an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities. Whether it's upgrading your windows for better insulation or adding style with a new door, GT Window and Door is here to make your home dreams a reality. I'm Adam at GT Window and Door. We take pride in our commitment to excellence, ensuring we're your go-to for all things windows and doors. Call us today to schedule your consultation and start your journey to a more beautiful, comfortable home with GT Window and Door.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. Service Master by Ayat's Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Ayat today.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
At Hometown Credit Union, we are proudly celebrating our 50-year anniversary. What originally started with little more than a ledger book and a cash box, Hometown is now a not-for-profit financial institution that serves the needs of over 23,000 people. We offer all the products and services you expect, while also being personal enough to truly partner with our members through all of life's journeys. Join us at www.hometowncu.coop and see why the Hometown Credit Union can be your trusted partner for financial success.
Back here at the Roy, and my conversation with Matt Erickson, head coach, brought to you by LMR Media in Northfield, who runs us and FaribaultLive.com and also NorthfieldLive.com. Here's my conversation with the head coach.
Tiger pregame. I've got Albert Lea boys hockey head coach Matt Erickson with me here, and 2-4 this year. You got postponed in
2 and 3. 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay, you well, that's better. Yeah, you got postponed in Winona, which saved you the 4-hour round trip to Bud King Ice Arena. You'll have to make that later. But today you face a 5-4 MOUND WESTONKA team whose average score has been 6.5 to about 4 in their 9 games. They've played a lot of more games than you guys. But
yeah,
only one ranked team. They lost to 17 Waseca 7-6. What do you expect from the Whitehawks today?
Well, I think they're a talented group. They come on. They play a lot of Metro teams, so the record doesn't indicate what we're going to see today. They got some talented forwards we're going to have to keep in check, and we're excited to play them.
They are 7 of 35, 20% on the power play. Their PK is successful 75% of the time. Now, they've played the 4 more games than you, but they outscore you by an average of 6.5 to 2.5. So we got to get the goal scoring going either on power play or just regular.
Yeah, well, correct. Yeah, we, I thought our game against Dodge, we didn't score enough. Obviously, we had a lot of chances, and we just have to start putting the puck in the back of the net for sure.
You got a couple of guys scoring goals. Of course, Connor Persig, your goal leader. But you got to get the other lines going. And how's that going to? I mean, are you going to shuffle them around or keep them?
Yeah, we've made some tweaks, to our lineup a little bit. Not a ton. So we're feeling pretty good about where we're at right now. We're still trying to get healthy. We've had some guys a little dinged up, but hopefully the lineup has goals in it tonight.
Now, William Savati and Blake Decker, their 2 seniors, are their big penalty guys.
Yeah.
Serving 27 and 19 minutes, respectively. Now, I don't know, because I've never coached or never played organized hockey, but can you scheme to maybe, is that frowned upon to get them to penalty box?
Yeah, Jay, funny you bring that up. We watched video this morning and watched those 2 guys. They take penalties, and hopefully we've been working on our power play a little bit more during practice, so we're hoping that we can end that and get on the board on the power play and, stay out of the box on our own because their power play is not too bad. They got some talented guys, like I said. So we'll see what happens today. It's going to be a good test for us before Christmas, and then next week we go up to Fergus Falls. So we're excited to have them and host them, and, it should be a good game.
I was going to say, Fergus Falls, now, normally on the holiday tournament, you go to Rochester.
Correct.
But you threw that out, and now we're going 4 hours northwest. What brought that? Did they call you? You call them? What happened?
Well, actually, I was looking, and no offense to Kiwanis, but we're looking for a change. The Kiwanis tournament, typically they haven't been able to draw many teams outside of the southern Minnesota teams, and we're kind of looking to play other teams. So it kind of fell in our lap, I would say, last February, and we committed to it. And, as far as we're concerned, we're going back next year. So, a little bit different, some teams that we're not ordinarily going to see, which includes Fergus Falls the first night on Thursday next week. So, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, 4-3 Fergus Falls on the day after Christmas, and then 1-5-1 Becker Big Lake on Saturday afternoon, and then
Friday.
Friday I forgot Breckenridge Wahpeton. They're 4-4-1. So they, like I said, schools you don't see.
Yeah, one of those teams upset Sauk Rapids last night, who was ranked in the top 20. So it should be good.
All right. Well, hey, stay healthy and Merry Christmas, Coach.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. So we hear from the coach. We hear from the national anthem, and it's about ready to rock here from the Roy. Let me get my hat on again and be ready to go here. As 5-4 Mountain Westonka Whitehawks and the 2-3 Alberley Tigers do battle. Starting lineups we didn't get to here, but you got William Salvati, their leading goal scorer. Thorin Carr is a defenseman. Also, August Novak, a senior, starts. Blake Decker is their second leading goal scorer. He's got our third leading goal scorer, and their top penalty guy. He's a senior. Griffin Olson gets a start, and in goal they're going with Caleb Hallinan, the junior, who's got a 1-3 record, 4.25 goals against average, and an .844 save percentage. Ledger Stadheim's numbers are better than that. He's 2-3 with a goals against average of 4 even, and .874 in the save percentage. Top line for Alberley today is Brock Scott with Connor Persig in the centerman position. He's captain, of course, and Drake Sternhagen out on the right wing. Ledger Stadheim, the other captain tonight, in goal, of course. And then the top defensive pair for Alberley, Zayton Brewer and Evan Anfinson. It'll be Persig in the face-off against August Novak, and it's controlled by the Tigers in their blues, and chasing it left to right here in the opening period. Nice centering shot, but that gets away from everybody, goes through the pack and out of the zone. Rescued by Anfinson, number 12, and they shoot it back in, and there's a chance, but goes wide to the far side, taken there by Drake Sternhagen, looking for his first goal. The sophomore, he's got 3 assists leading the team in that category, but has not found the back of the net just yet, so it'll be good to see him get going before Christmas. no shots recorded on goal just yet in the first 45 seconds or so. Into the corner, pushed there by goalie Hallinan. Most of the play has been in the Tiger offensive zone so far as they smack it back in there and chase. A little forechecking going on there by the Tiger guys. As line 2 out there, Keaton Bremer, number 3, with Sam Stay, number 7, and Jacob Polker, 17. And there's an icing call. They'll bring it back to the Whitehawks end for the faceoff. Your thoughts early on here, Mr. Butzker?
I think our lead looks good. I know after that last couple games ago when Coach had that big talk with them, they've been a little bit different team. So
yeah, defensively now, Ethan Styler and Tyler Balf out there. As the second line is there, Kolker, Stay, and Bremer, and still in the Tiger offensive zone for most of this game so far, young as it is. As the Whitehawks having a hard time clearing their zone. But now on the offensive, for a moment, Stay takes it away and zips down into the red line and fires one in. There's a shot from the near circle that hit traffic. Kolker taking that one. A lot of guys have got to get their scoring game going. So far, Brock Scott has 2 goals. Sam Stay has 2 goals. And Connor Persick has 5. Other than that, nobody with more than 1. And a lot of guys with 0. So they're going to get the scoring machine going here. If they want to jump up in the standings, Big 9 is starting to get away from teams. Mankato West, Owatonna, Northfield, they're all up at the top, piling up W's. Pop fly at the red line is taken by Albert Lee's Sam McGill. Big Sam's in there, third line, along with Archie Nelson. And centered by Persig. As they hold it in and then taken away by the Whitehawks, and out of the zone it goes as Charlie Hagan, or Colton Hagan, takes it down. Behind the goal. Plays just to the blue line, and they hold it in near side here. Ring around the far side corner, and Whitehawks fall down in their effort to keep it going, so it's knocked all the way down the ice by the Tigers for an icing call. 14:05 to go, scoreless. Well, there was wrestling earlier today, just the JV though. I don't think the varsity was involved. Let me check the schedule here. They were in Apple Valley, or Anoka, and JV Invitational Tournament in Anoka, 10 o'clock this morning. And also Junior High Invitational in wrestling in Owatonna. Maybe that's the varsity, but it says Junior High Invitational. And boys swimming at home at the pool. No, they're at Mankato East Pool today. That was a 1:30 start. Other than that, just this game here. The boys got beat by what Mountain Westonka, I think it was 6-1 was the final. As we have now played 3.5 here and still scoreless. Mountain Westonka on the attack. Taken away by the Tigers. Sternhagen plays it out of the zone. Oh, not quite. I guess it's back in the zone behind Stadheim. As it's stuck along the half boards there on the near side and finally breaks loose and off into the neutral ice area. As Hagen, I wonder if his grandpa was Festus, is blocked by Ledger, and he sweeps it around the back to the near corner. Now back the other side as Mount Westonka guys keep falling down in their pursuit to get a goal here. To the Tigers' advantage anyway, so we'll take it. Oh, now they got a nice shot in there close, but that was knocked away by Ledger and off to the far side and out of the zone. Number 10 for the Whitehawks, Luke Sonneborg. They got some interesting names. Prezioso, or Prezioso, I guess is what it is. Prezioso. Glad I don't sign his checks. Poikinen, another one. Pitzenberger was one of their goalies, who was actually their best record and best goals against average, but they have 4 on the roster, 3 of them who play regularly. And they're starting their second best one, Caleb Hallinan, second best by the numbers anyway. out of play at 11:59 to go. Well, the action has been a lot in the Tigers' offensive zone here, but 4-0 in shots, Mountain Westonka.
Yeah, and you said these teams faced off beginning of last year, correct?
Yeah, it was 5-2, I believe we beat them. Second game of the year last year. Up there. Where is it exactly, Mount Westonka?
Just west of Minnetonka by Orono and...
I'm sure it's a co-op of 2 or 3 schools up there. And they do that a lot. I mean, I couldn't believe the Minneapolis schools all had to get to one team. You'd think each of them could field a team, but apparently not. 11.5 to play, and the last couple of minutes have been a lot of time in the Whitehawks offensive zone. As Albert Lee now trying to gather it together. Tyler Balf, number 19, forwards it up to number 5, Archie Nelson, but too far for him, and it ends up being an icing call.
Yeah, you'd like to see Albert Lee try to get some shots on goal here and at least make this goaltender know they're there. So.
Well, that's their major problem is they can't score enough goals here early on. I know it's only been 5 games, but they just got an 0 on the power play, which we haven't seen yet, but it'd be nice to get a power play goal tonight and get just other lines going other than Connor Persig's line. As that's an offsides, I think.
Tried to do the toe drag and didn't quite hold it.
But if needed, I hope Connor scores a hat trick.
Right.
That'd be nice too. Yeah. He is a good, talented kid. 5 goals on the year, and he's really had to shoulder most of the load. As play continues into the Tiger offensive zone. Held in by Sternhagen, and he's along with Persig, the top line out there with Scott. But Whitehawks have other ideas. They come back in their offensive zone and dump it down deep. Taken away, Scott flips it out of the zone and then forwards it to Sternhagen cross ice. Nice passing. Finds somebody out front as it was Scott, but he was behind the puck. And Connor's got it now. He gives a nice blast to the kid behind the goal and gets away with it. Or is he gonna? No, they got him. Cross-checking. Connor's yelling at him the whole way over. Persig really has 8 penalty minutes. They are led by 17 penalty minutes from Sam Stay, 11 for Zayden Brewer, 10 for Jacob Kolker. So Persig 4th or 5th on the team in it, but looks like he disagreed with that one, even though what he did wasn't cross-checking.
Right.
He shouldered a guy to the ice, but they got him for cross-checking. And we'll have the announcement coming up soon here. Oh, it was interference. I thought he crossed us. I don't know all the penalty signals from the refs, I guess.
Nor do I. I don't know the true definition of interference as well, which I should probably learn. But
yeah, I suppose we could both do some research on that. But right now, down to 1:20 left in the Persig penalty. As the Whitehawks fly into the zone, is taken away, and more time elapses. Down to about 1:10 left in the penalty to Connor.
For a second, I think Brewer thought about going after that one, and coach was yelling at him to stay back.
20% power play for the Whitehawks this year. 7 goals in 35 tries, which is, that's pretty average, 20%. The good ones are in the mid to the upper 20s. And that is Ledger Stedheim knocking it down, and whistle sounds. We've got 9:17 in the period, but 50 seconds left in the Connor Persig penalty as both teams change lines. And out there now is, I see Sternhagen. They have Kolker playing the center position and doing the face-off here while Persig's in the box. And looks like Anfinson and Brewer on defense. Drop the puck here. Well, they got a lot of guys on the bench.
Yeah, they do.
They have a lot of dudes on the team. As, again, a whistle right away on the face-off. Matt Erickson says, what do we got to do to get a face-off here? Colker's going to be booted out of there, and they'll give Drake a chance. And the Whitehawks control it. And a little 5-on-4 here for 40 more seconds. As they get to the far circle, that's blocked out front either by Stadheimer or one of his defensive mates. 28 seconds left in their man advantage into the middle there, and Stadheim got a hold of that one, and then he deflects that one behind the goal. A couple more shots. It's 7-0 in shots. Mount Westonka with the early advantage there. And the last 10 seconds of the penalty coming up here with a shot that blows wide to the right. Connor's up and ready to come out in 3 seconds. And it's back to even strength as they're behind the goal. Whitehawks still pressure on, and finally LEA gets it out of the goal here. Maybe they can get a shot on goal. It's offsides. That's too bad.
I thought Drake
cooking there.
I thought Drake was, pretty parallel with him there. I didn't think that was quite offside, but I'm not the referee, so
yeah, definitely closer to it. But and they're not perfect either. But that would have been nice to continue that one to see where it went. As Brua brings it in and gets it taken away right away, and here's come the Whitehawks. Boy, this guy's fast. He gets taken down. That's going to be another penalty on LEA. A little trip there by Tyler Balf.
Yeah, and it's hard to score more goals and get more action when you're constantly on the defense because you're giving up power plays all the time.
8:58, and that's Balf for 2. It's not good to be out and ahead of the penalty parade and also be shut out in shots 9 minutes into the game here with a 7-0 advantage. So while Balf is cooling his heels, it's 4 guys out there for LEA. Sam Stay is one of them, as is Connor Persig out there, and Colker. And I'm missing one, and it is Zayden Brua. Those are the 4 killing the penalty here to begin with. A minute 20 left as the Whitehawks circle back to their own zone. They can kill as much time back there as they want.
Right.
It's minute 15 as they head toward the opposing blue area, and it's taken away there by Sam Stay, and he plays it down the ice. So a minute to go by the time they catch up to it. 7 left in the period, and still scoreless, but some troubling signs as early in the game. Taking penalties and not getting any shots going here, Tigers. Let's go. That one almost snuck out of the zone on the Whitehawks, and we're down to 40 seconds in Balf's penalties. There's a shot that got hit by traffic as they lollygag with the half wall here. Brua almost took it away. Redirected to the far side, and Ledger grabs a hold of it.
Oh, they scored.
Oh, they scored. They got one in. I thought he shut that corner off, but no, they did not. He snuck one in. It was one of their captains, Blake Decker, who is their 3rd leading scorer, now tied for 2nd on the team with his 10th of the season. And it comes at 10:33 of the first. Decker with his 10th, and it's a power play goal. So he, I got to write 10th in there. As play continues. And Ledger grabs that one to stop play with 6:06 to go. In 4 seconds, they have still got the timing going on the penalty, even though Persig got out of there. Actually, they even had Persig's number, but it was Bell.
Here's a quick look at that goal.
I thought
it looked like it went off his shoulder and over his shoulder.
Yeah, maybe, because I thought he'd sealed that side off on the post there, but yeah, before I knew it, they had celebrated, and it's hard to see that far corner. Here comes Persig out ahead of everybody. He's got Drake going with him. Nice behind the back. Stick handling there by Connor, but can't get the goal there as back come the Whitehawks. And they're going to have a whistle here as there was a collision out front, and they had, were they offsides? I was watching the collision. That was between the circles, and they're going to face off to the red dot here outside the Tiger blue line. As Kolker and Hagen go at it, and that's controlled by the Tigers momentarily as the referee takes refuge in the Tiger bench. And out of it comes Hagen for the Whitehawks, and he's down behind the goal now into the far corner, taken away by the Tigers, and down the ice it goes. Got a feeling we're coming back. As a little upset with himself is Keaton Bremer. Kolker, Bremer, also Tyler Balafont there for the Tigers. Jacob in the face-off. Tigers take it. And you got Bremer on this near side. He's going to bring it in and take the shot that goes across the other side. It's held in there by Kolker and knocked out of play into the netting. 5:13 to go. Here comes Archie Nelson and Sam McGill with Connor Persick. I think Connor's playing 2 lines worth each time here, at least in the early going. He's playing on this third line, and then he stays out there with Scott and Sternhagen when the first line comes in. Might not do that in the third period, but he can do it early on. As he and Hagen go do battle again, and that one is controlled by the Whitehawks. With 5 minutes to go here in the opening period. Still 1-0. I'm going to say still scoreless, but they did sneak that one in on the power play. Another example of why you should stay out of the penalty box. But they come flying into the zone, and Ledger grabs that one and hangs on and stops things with 4:51 to go. It's 10-0 in shots.
Yeah, that's not a good statistic, but the power plays definitely helped the Whitehawks get more shots.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And it's not bad to be 10 shots behind, but to have 0, it is not good. When we're approaching 4.5 left in the first period.
And I want to say the first 4 minutes of the period.
They had it in their zone.
Yeah.
They couldn't get a shot off.
Right.
Had a couple attempts, but they went wide or into the corner. And this isn't a great Mount Westonka team, so we should be able to score on them as it's knocked into the zone by Evan Amfinson.
Yeah, they haven't recorded a shutout yet on the season, so that's a good sign that we should be able to score.
As back behind the goal now. Other side of the ice, Kolker ends up with it and gets it to Amfinson, who plays it in. And then out of the zone it comes to the red line, picked up there by the number 22, Novak, August Novak. As they get it to that far circle, and it goes into the corner on a shot through the crease. And out of the zone as I heard a Buffalo go by.
Kids are trying to beat the concession stand line there. We got a shot on goal.
Yeah. That was taken, who was it? I missed it.
I didn't catch the number, unfortunately.
It's played in, held in by Drake Sternhagen. And chased down. Oh, Scott gives a nice shot behind the goal line there. And he's going to have a penalty, though. As put a good lick on the guy. And Brock will hit the... No, it's not going to be... Yeah, Brock Scott, number 11. Third penalty on Albert Lee. None yet for the visitors. 13:43 of the first.
Yeah, and it's one thing to play a physical game. It's just got to stay within your limits and rules.
As we'll get the announcement here, the official announcement on the penalty as the Whitehawks play, and then the Tigers get it out of the zone. How dare he? Well, see if we can kill this one and get a shorthanded goal would be nice.
That's a very subjective penalty, roughing, because in every ref's definition of roughing's got to be somewhat,
right.
Could be different.
Because that same hit I've seen go uncalled.
Right.
With the ref standing right there. So, yeah, you're right. The Whitehawks holding it in here as a minute 20 to go in the penalty, 2:36 left in the period. And you got Kolker with Stay out there, and Brua as well as Balf trying to kill this one off here in the early parts with a minute to play in the power play. Third of the game for Whitehawks. They're 1 for 2. Kicked aside by Ledger, and Kolker's going to take it on the run. Actually, that's Stay. He's passing it to Kolker and got a little too far for him. Into the corner it goes, and the Whitehawks coming back the other way.
He lost his stick. He lost his glove.
Yeah. 36 seconds left in the penalty. Stadheim gets in the way of that one and kicks it to the far side. Well, they got something set up behind the goal. Nobody out in front, though, as they play it around the edges. And a shot that goes wide. With a minute and a half left in the period. 15 seconds left in Scott's penalty. Circling, far circle. Into the middle, knocked away by Stay. Got a stick on it anyway. Into the corner, and here we're back at full strength with a minute 14 to go in the first period. 1-0, Mountain Westonka. 12-1 in shots for the Whitehawks as they bring it back into the zone. Taken away by Brua, and then gets a little help from Bremer into the final minute here as Brua takes it down that far side, and he had a guy along with him, Sam McGill, but couldn't pass him the puck, and it goes back to the Whitehawks. Somebody's glove is going to be left behind as they bring it up. And to the red line, they dump it in, get a line change to the Whitehawks. Tigers knock it out of the zone with 30 seconds to go in the opening period here. Shot from the blue line, essentially, and Ledger all over that one, gloves it and hangs on to stop the clock with 28.2 to go, but 13-1 in shots.
Yeah, Ledger's doing a great job of keeping this a 1-0 game right now.
12 saves in the first period. That's pretty good. Way too many shots.
Yes.
But that's because, like I said, 3 penalties in the period, and they're going to end up getting some more shots off in the 5-on-4, you would think, anyway, and that has been happening here. Out of their 13, I bet they got 9 of them on power play shots. So chased down by the Whitehawks with 10 seconds to go. And then Balf with his partner Styler over here on the D on the left, go behind the goal to end the period. 13-1 in shots, and a 1-0 lead for the visitors. And we'll take our break here, come back, tell you what went down in that first period on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Discover GT Window and Door, dedicated to transforming houses into homes for over 12 years. Every window and door is an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities. Whether it's upgrading your windows for better insulation or adding style with a new door, GT Window and Door is here to make your home dreams a reality. I'm Adam with GT Window and Door. We take pride in our commitment to excellence, ensuring we're your go-to for all things windows and doors. Call us today to schedule your consultation and start your journey to a more beautiful, comfortable home with GT Window and Door.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye and LASIK. Like many of you, I recently had cataract surgery, and I am loving it. My vision has never been better. Driving at night is fun again, and I wake up in the morning and see. And now you're wondering, which doctor did I choose? Short answer is both. Dr. Miller fixed one eye, and Dr. Reinsbach operated on the other. They are both great people and fabulous surgeons. I trust them implicitly, and you can too, but just pick one.
Ritchie Eye and LASIK in Faribault, your leader in advanced cataract surgery.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by IATS Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Hyatt today.
The man in the yellow van, call Service Master.
Whoa.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, my friend Jay and I are looking for our dream home, something big. Right now I feel like I'm living on top of him.
Great, let's talk mortgages.
Wait, your bank is looking
cozy. Yeah, we like personal interactions. But as you can see, our vault still has plenty of space for our customers' dreams.
Wow.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Hi, I'm Adam Steffel, president of NCC Builders. Is your kitchen feeling cramped? Is your bathroom outdated? Or maybe your basement is just wasted space? At NCC Builders, we specialize in transforming homes to meet your needs. Whether it's upgrading your kitchen, turning your bathroom into a spa-like retreat, or converting your basement into a functional living space, we're here to bring your vision to life. Let's start planning your remodel or new build today. NCC Builders, transforming homes and building dreams. Visit nccbuilders.com.
Thomas Gardens in Faribault is set to get you ready for the holidays. Choose a porch pot and fill it up with their great selection of greens, birch, and spruce tops. Grab a wreath for your front door to greet your guests. For your dinner table, they have squash, honey, syrup, and wild rice. And if you're heading out of town and need a gift, they have local products arranged in baskets to share with your hosts. Thomas Gardens and Nursery, conveniently located along Highway 20 between Faribault and Northfield. Thomas Gardens, here to get you ready for the holidays.
Franzen Bank and Trust, where our mission is to determine your needs, develop relationships, and deliver solutions. We do this with superior customer service through timely communication by empowered employees who love to support the Northfield Dundas area. I'm Aaron Nibby, and I chose to be a business banker at Franzen Bank and Trust for these reasons. Stop by and meet me for your business banking needs at Franzen Bank and Trust, off Highway 3 in Dundas.
Back here at the Roy with a 1-0 Mount Westonka lead, and it came with on a power play with 10:33 into the first, and Blake Decker scoring his 10th of the year on that power play. One of 3 power play chances for the Whitehawks, none for the Tigers, even though they're 0 for 14. Just because they're not hitting any doesn't mean they should get any. No penalties on the Whitehawks, so they played pretty disciplined. And I know there's always calls in every game that you don't disagree or don't agree with the referee. And like you said, that roughing call that went against Brock Scott was a little questionable. And, of course, they didn't score on that one. So.
Right. That always helps.
And they scored 20% on their power plays, and they're 1 for 3 are the Whitehawks. But, the 3 penalties came at 7 minutes with Connor Persig going for 2. Then Balf went for 2 at 8:58 of the first, and then with 13:43 left, or into the first period, Brock Scott on the roughing call. And we were talking about it too. Roughing, let it happen. I mean, unless it's a blatant, elbow to the throat or something.
Right.
It contacts a lot of part of this game, and then I always think the girls should be able to check, but like you said, not board anybody. Those really. Over-the-top moves to take somebody out of the play. But why not? I mean, they're all padded up. They got helmets on. They're not going to – there's always a risk, but so there is in football and wrestling and everything else too.
Right.
So it has been at least low-scoring, 13-1 in shots. And that is Albert Lee's albatross so far this year is the number of shots they're getting. Connor Persig, the only one with more than 2 goals on the season, and this is the 6th game. By now, we're going to be getting all the lines involved, and they're only getting 1 shot, even though they dominated play the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, they really need to do something offensively and figure something out. 1, stay out of the penalty box. 2, put more pressure on Mound's Westonka's goalie and let them know that they're here to play, and this is definitely a team they can play with, I can tell you that.
Well, the goalie's had a 4.25 goals against average. It's worse than your own goalies. Why not take every time it seems they get down there, it's just to play it into the corner or something and chase it down. They're going to have they have good passing at the red line, it looks like, back and forth. Once they get into the blue line, it all kind of disintegrates on them.
One thing I've noticed with the boys is the 2 defensemen that stay back. When you said when they do keep it in the offensive end, they they just put it down in the corner where they don't ever try to put those on net, because a lot can happen when you put those on net and there's traffic out in front. So.
Yeah, like Miss Psycho, so the girls' team,
Yes.
she's always just putting lasers in there. And great rebound activity there and chances for your teammates to score for sure. All right, we're going to take a break here as Zamboni finishes up, and then we'll be after it here in the second period from the Roy in Albert Lea on albertlealive.com.
By GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lea Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection, just like we're committed to supporting your local athletes.
Join us in cheering on the Tigers this season. For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Gutters by GT is seamless solutions, reliable protection for you and your team. Find out more at guttersbygt.com.
We know that there is more to a home than the building. There is care and detail in every last nook and cranny of what you call home. That's why Schmidt Homes is the only call you'll ever have to make. Their in-house designer will work with you to get everything the way you want it. Their highly skilled craftsmen and quality materials will ensure the best possible value for your home. When you're ready to start building your home, be sure to check out Schmidt Homes' beautiful and regularly updated showroom for inspiration. Get started building your dream home. Learn more at schmidthomes.com.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Burst pipe or water damage? No problem. Call the experts at Service Master by Ayat. Hi, this is Beth Ayat. Our staff is trained and certified to assist you with any water damage after a burst pipe or leaky water. Locally owned since 1995, Service Master by Ayat will be there in your time of need.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Northfield Retirement Community is proud to introduce Enhanced Care Assisted Living. In this recently expanded area of our campus, we have increased daily licensed nursing coverage, making it possible to provide a higher level of clinical care and monitoring to those in need of additional support. This enhanced model of care provides more choices, allowing residents to age where they are. Contact Northfield Retirement Community for more information at northfieldretirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community, innovation, choice, tradition.
It can be hard finding an eye clinic that makes you feel seen and cared for in a way that suits you. At River Valley Eye Professionals, we pride ourselves on tailoring our care to you and your specific needs. We won't just see you in our offices. We may see you at a local ball game or at the high school for another event. We get to know you and what you hold dear so we can give you the best possible care. Learn more at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
At Hometown Credit Union, we are proudly celebrating our 50-year anniversary. What originally started with little more than a ledger book and a cash box, Hometown is now a not-for-profit financial institution that serves the needs of over 23,000 people. We offer all the products and services you expect, while also being personal enough to truly partner with our members through all of life's journeys. Join us at www.hometowncu.coop and see why the Hometown Credit Union can be your trusted partner for financial success.
Borrowing money is a big deal, and Community Resource Bank is ready to help. When you're buying a car, purchasing a home, or fixing up your existing home, Community Resource Bank has answers for all your loan and mortgage questions. As an integral part of Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville communities, Community Resource Bank offers online solutions for business, residential, investment, and other lending accounts. Community Resource Bank, let's bank together. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Zamboni finishing up one more round, and we'll be ready to get back to action here for period number 2. As a 13-1 edge in shots for MOUND WESTONKA. They're not ranked. Actually, none of the teams really around here that we normally associate with good play. They're all on the girls' side of things. The Minnesota Rivers and the Dodge County is number 1. Albert Lea girls are 11 still. We couldn't figure that one out as all they did over the last 2 weeks was beat in overtime and tie in overtime Northfield, which is always a power in girls hockey. And they didn't even move up from 11th. So, and I guess everybody ahead of them did well as well. That's what that's a sign of, I guess. But, yeah, it seems like the girls in this southern Minnesota area anyway are getting the better of the play for the most part. I know Mankato West is leading the Big Nine, and they're just like 25th. minutes. Yeah, I know, that's the big problem right now. I don't know why we're not getting volume, and I don't know why we're not staying. As our live stream is on and off here today, we apologize for any technical issues that you might be experiencing. We hear everything and see everything fine from our location, but apparently it hasn't been so smooth on the broadcast end of things, as it's 1-1 now with 11:21 to go in the second period. And Albert Lea has corrected the shots on goals from trailing 13-1 to 13-10. They've outshot them 9-0 here in this second period, and it helps to go 5-on-3 for a while. Still not getting volume on our Albert Lea Live broadcast, but at least, and I hope our laptop stays on. It looks like it's running out of power, and I'm not sure why, because our cord is all in there and plugged in. The connections are all good on the, like, is this one all in there? As we have a stoppage here with 10:40 to go. Albert Lea has turned it around. I'm sure they got a good chewing out at the first intermission. And they have come out on fire here in this second period to tie it up and really dominating shots and time and possession in the offensive zone. As it's brought in, and here's Kolker with another chance that's taken away from him by the defense of the Whitehawks. And on another stoppages, they're offsides. Mount Westonka a little bit anxious in the zone. Tied at 1 with 10:14 to play, second period. And the play continues into the Tiger offensive zone here with 9:54 to play in the middle period. As we're not getting any volume in our broadcast, and we have a dying laptop, so a couple of different problems as it gets a little physical into the goal area there by their goaltender Caleb Hallinan, but he had grabbed the puck and stopped the action. And some pushing and shoving breaks out. 13-11 in shots. Albert Lea 10-0 in shots this period. Just reverse things the way they were played out in that first period. Maybe the Whitehawks have shot themselves out. Albert Lea able to get a goal and tie it up there, the even strength goal. They were 0 for the power play, and they are that for the season. I don't know, do you count that as 0 for 2 when you go 5-on-3? It's not a full 2 minutes on either of them. I think it's just 1, isn't it? So they're 0 for 15 on the power play on the season. You know, when it breaks out of that, it'll be like 3 in a game. You'll get power play goals from everybody, and even a shorthanded goal. And, yeah. Play continues. Technical difficulties, yeah, we got 50 seconds or so. I'll just keep talking. As we seem to have our technical difficulties worked out here, and back to live action with Mount Westonka tied at 1-1 here in Albert Lea. Still 42 seconds left in the Brewer penalty. So power play here wrapping up for Mount Westonka as they hold it in the zone, and Alberley able to flip it out of there. It only gets about the red line, and then the Whitehawks regain possession. 25 seconds to go in their man advantage as they sweep into the far circle and pass into the middle, and a little backhand attempt, actually another pass. Oh, they had Ledger going one way to the other, but he was able to not let a goal in there with 6 seconds left in the power play. And now Brewer getting ready to come on out here as Anfinson will stay in and Novak as well. So it's back to 5-on-5, and the roughing penalty to those two will continue with, it doesn't say anything on the clock, so we'll just let them get out when they get out, I guess. As back to even strength here with 3:20 left in the second period. In that power play, they got a few shots on us and take the shot lead again 20-14. But that's much better than 13-1, which it was after that first period. As Alberley's come to life here. Ooh, almost got a bank shot off one of the defenders. And that's another save by their goaltender with 3 minutes and counting left in the middle period. 1-1.
4, 8, 9.
Oh, they're doing their giveaway. So 2:48 to go, 20-16 in shots to Mount Westonka. 1-1 is our score here, and we apologize for the technical difficulties. They let Anfinson and Novak out of the penalty box. And everybody's back to regular play here.
I think we got it figured out now, so we should be good the rest of the way.
With a 1-1 score, yeah, you didn't miss much. The Alberley were able to get that goal back here in the second period, but not sure why we had some problem with the way things were plugged in, but I think we're back to charging the laptop and with volume to spare too. Trying to effort that right now and see if the volume is in fact working on our stream. I do hear it, so I think we're back to full strength on our broadcast. Thanks for bearing with us if you've been watching. This has been a pretty good game. I mean, Mount Westonka really out shooting Alberley in that first period, but Alberley paid them back in the second with right now a 15-7 edge in shots and a 1-1 score here. As Alberley holding it in the zone and get it out of there. Down the ice it goes. With 1:50 to play in the second. Sets up for a wild third period when you're tied 1-1. It's good to see him play fairly even with the Twin Cities School. That one comes in, and Ledger was able to knock one shot aside. The rebound came off and missed, and here's a chance for Sternhagen to get his second. Now a nice pass across the ice, and Persig hits a goal. Score Alberley as Connor Persig gets his 6th of the year on a beautiful pass from Sternhagen, who I thought was going to actually score on that one. And it's a 2-1 Alberley lead at 15:31 of the second. 2 second period goals. Sternhagen his first of the season, and Persig his 6th. Both at even strength. But a big goal there as we take the lead.
Tigers, number 9, Connor Persig, assisted by number 10, Drake Sternhagen, and number 11, Brock Scott.
And the whole line got into the act there, so a 2-1 lead with a minute to go here. Shot, glove save by Ledger and held on to. So the face-off upcoming, and a change in total line change here for Alberley. You got Brewer and Balf coming in, as well as Kolker and Stay and Keaton Bremer on the ice here. Kolker in the face-off, won by the Whitehawks, who now trail 2-1 after dominating that first period. Alberley has really come out of here with a lot more attitude in this period.
Yeah, it's like a tale of 2 periods.
It really is, yeah.
I didn't get to see much. I was trying to struggle to get this thing working again. But yeah, it's been the shots on goal says a lot too. I mean, we're close to within 6.
Yeah, so. And it's like I said, 16-10 this period in Alberley's favor in shots. and thusly the 2-1 lead. They still haven't had a power play goal. They had 5-on-3 and couldn't get it done. So 0 for 15 on the season. But everything else is all right because Sternhagen got his first of the year. Connor scores again, his 6th team leader. Still, though, it's that first line, and they got to get some other lines scoring, or it's going to be a real long season. As the face-off, they're going to toss the second Alberley guy. Bremer's the second guy in. 2 refs talking. Says maybe it's the ref, so they switch refs, and they got to get face-off done here as Alberley takes it out of the zone. Chasing it down is Balf. Gets a shot and it gets ricocheted up into the netting. Stops play. 45.7 seconds left.
I think that puck was kind of bouncing or kind of on its side, and he lifted it right up into the net.
So it's a short trip here. Maybe we can get another quick goal and take a 2-goal lead into the locker room. That's a blast from that far circle by Kolker that missed. He might have got deflected by the goalie. Knocked out of the zone with 36 seconds to go. Played back in with a little pop fly by the Tigers. Down to 25 ticks left in the period. They bring it in. Hagen around the back. Tries to center it, but that was knocked away by the Tiger defense. One out front that Stadheim gets a hold of, and that's going to pop out of the zone with 11 seconds to go. And it looks like 2-1 will be the score when the second intermission gets going here, and 2-1 and done. 24-17 in shots, so Alberley kind of reversing things and leading 16-11 in shots there in that period. Came alive and got 2 goals, 2 even strength goals. We'll take a break and tell you all about them coming up here on AlberleyLive.com.
Discover GT Window and Door, dedicated to transforming houses into homes for over 12 years. Every window and door is an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities. Whether it's upgrading your windows for better insulation or adding style with a new door, GT Window and Door is here to make your home dreams a reality. I'm Adam with GT Window and Door. We take pride in our commitment to excellence, ensuring we're your go-to for all things windows and doors. Call us today to schedule your consultation and start your journey to a more beautiful, comfortable home with GT Window and Door.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
Thomas Gardens in Faribault is set to get you ready for the holidays. Choose a porch pot and fill it up with their great selection of greens, birch, and spruce tops. Grab a wreath for your front door to greet your guests. For your dinner table, they have squash, honey, syrup, and wild rice. And if you're heading out of town and need a gift, they have local products arranged in baskets to share with your hosts. Thomas Gardens and Nursery, conveniently located along Highway 20 between Faribault and Northfield. Thomas Gardens, here to get you ready for the holidays. Albert Lee Live is here, Southern Minnesota. We have top quality audio and video play-by-play online of more Albert Lee Tiger games and events than anyone else. But we also provide opportunities for Albert Lee area youth to experience our businesses. Students can be paid to be on the air with us or showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media posts or run the cameras for our events. So if you or someone you know might be interested in broadcasting the Tiger teams by joining our team, email us from the AlberleyLive.com page or call or text J. Paul at 507-402-1600.
At Hometown Credit Union, we are proudly celebrating our 50-year anniversary. What originally started with little more than a ledger book and a cash box, Hometown is now a not-for-profit financial institution that serves the needs of over 23,000 people. We offer all the products and services you expect, while also being personal enough to truly partner with our members through all of life's journeys. Join us at www.hometowncu.coop and see why the Hometown Credit Union can be your trusted partner for financial success.
Northfield Retirement Community is proud to introduce Enhanced Care Assisted Living. In this recently expanded area of our campus, we have increased daily licensed nursing coverage, making it possible to provide a higher level of clinical care and monitoring to those in need of additional support. This enhanced model of care provides more choices, allowing residents to age where they are. Contact Northfield Retirement Community for more information at northfieldretirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community, innovation, choice, tradition.
It can be hard finding an eye clinic that makes you feel seen and cared for in a way that suits you. At River Valley Eye Professionals, we pride ourselves on tailoring our care to you and your specific needs. We won't just see you in our offices. We may see you at a local ball game or at the high school for another event. We get to know you and what you hold dear so we can give you the best possible care. Learn more at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
Back here at the Roy in a second intermission. I don't suppose we got any replays on those.
Unfortunately, I did not.
Because we were dealing. Chad was dealing mostly with trying to get us back on the air and working right, and he finally did. Thank him for that, and just some snafus here on the technical end. So hopefully you're weathered the storm with us and ready to see a whale of a third period, which is set up here. 2-1 Albert Lea after 2. And they evened out the shots a little better from a 14-1 deficit after one period, 13-1. Now it's 24-17 in favor of Mound Westonka. But Albert Lea must have got a chewing out in that first
I was going to say, I would love to have had a mouse in that locker room at the end of the first period, because I bet you Coach gave him an earful and said, and it worked, because look at the way they came out that second period.
Totally different team came out in that second period, and they took a couple penalties, but they were mostly on the roughing from both players in that one, but Brewer had a penalty, and then 2 penalties on Mound Westonka, even though we didn't score on the power play, and we had a 5-3 going for a while there, about a minute 18, a 5-on-3, and they couldn't put one in. But then again, it was the other way. Albert Lea was in the box, 2 guys, and it was 5-on-3 for Mound Westonka, and they couldn't score. So some good defense being played here. And probably a goaltender play, too.
Yeah, and it was nice to see Sternhagen get in on some scoring action. Young sophomore, that's what...
I wonder if that's his first varsity goal.
Did they save the puck?
Maybe he got in last night, I don't know, or last year, I don't know. But his first one of the year, anyway, to go with his... He's got 4 saves now, too, when he assisted on the second goal that Connor got.
Because, as you know, Connor's a senior. Stay is a senior. So they need them underclassmen. It's time for you to shine, because next year you're going to be the guys. So
that is true, and the JV has hit some bumps here along the way. They don't have a lot of players. It doesn't.
No,
seem
they
like.
don't.
Which is kind of surprising, because you look at the youth hockey situation here now, and the girls are going great guns.
Yes.
All the way down. They're playing some good hockey, and of course they've had the better of it as far as varsity play. 1 year away from state, 2 years at state before last season, and looking to get back there, ranked highly and playing pretty well.
Yeah, and it's cyclic. How do you say
cyclical,
it? With any town or any city, but I think Albert Lea next year, they have a very good junior class in boys sports. Hopefully their hockey team can find that niche that Connor provides for the team right now.
Yeah, exactly. They have a lot of juniors coming back for basketball. I know they're having a rough start to their year again, and as are the girls, who just lost by 40 in Rochester to JM, which is a pretty good team. But they got to get that rolling too. And football made some strides this year. They do have a JV squad. I think they went undefeated, or at least only maybe lost 1 game. And so the future looks brighter for football, but still only a couple of wins, or 1 or 2 wins.
2 wins.
Not going to get it done.
First time in a long time they had 2 back-to-back wins.
Right.
They at St. Peter game, the first game of the year, kind of was deflating.
That would have been nice to get that one too. But still, you only had 3 wins, and it takes a while sometimes to turn things around.
Absolutely. Their numbers are way up. I think 3 years ago they were down to like 28 kids or something, and now they're up to 70 or 80. So it's starting to turn the corner. It just takes time, like you said.
It was almost time to play 9-man for a while there.
Yeah,
you know?
Sad but true. Yeah.
I know.
For a town of 24,000, you don't like to think that.
Right. Yeah. 2-1 after 2, and the shots are within 7 of each other at 24-17, and we're going to break here while the Zamboni finishes up and come back with third period action from the Roy the Saturday before Christmas on EverlyLive.com.
Discover GT Window and Door, dedicated to transforming houses into homes for over 12 years. Every window and door is an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities. Whether it's upgrading your windows for better insulation or adding style with a new door, GT Window and Door is here to make your home dreams a reality. I'm Adam with GT Window and Door. We take pride in our commitment to excellence, ensuring we're your go-to for all things windows and doors. Call us today to schedule your consultation and start your journey to a more beautiful, comfortable home with GT Window and Door.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye and LASIK. Many people tell me they've heard horror stories about all the drops needed after cataract surgery. Well, fear no more. At Ritchie Eye and LASIK, Dr. Miller and Dr. Reinsbach are dropless. That's right. No need for medicated eye drops before or after your cataract surgery. I love dropless for my cataract surgery, and you will too.
Ritchie Eye and LASIK in Faribault, your leader in advanced cataract surgery.
Fall into savings with cooler weather means hotter deals at Northfield Ford Chrysler. Visit us to see the latest Ram trucks, Jeep Cherokees, and Dodge Durangos. And fall into savings because Northfield Ford Chrysler is the home of the best price guarantee. There is no question. Come see the difference at Northfield Ford Chrysler. If you're ready for an extraordinary sales experience, we're ready to serve. Open 6 days a week. Located on Highway 3 here in Northfield.
How can I help you today?
I don't think I'm in the right place. I have big dreams, like crab brewery-sized dreams.
I like it.
Your bank is very,
Cozy?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We prefer more personal interactions. We dedicate the majority of our space to our customers' dreams.
Wow. Look at that.
I know, it never gets old.
Wow. This is way bigger than your office.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Burst pipe or water damage? No problem. Call the experts at Service Master by Ayat. Hi, this is Beth Ayat. Our staff is trained and certified to assist you with any water damage after a burst pipe or leaky water. Locally owned since 1995, Service Master by Ayat will be there in your time of need.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
What is your dream living location? Full service condo building, low maintenance house on a lake, lots of acreage? There are so many options. To start the search for your ideal location, contact one of our local and relentless agents at Century 21 Atwood in Professional Pride Group today, or visit our website at c21atwood.com. Century 21 Atwood in Professional Pride Group. We're unstoppable together.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
Here in Albert Lee for boys hockey, and it's not Big Nine, it's not a section game, but it's one of those that you call a school and say, hey, well, let's do a home and home over the next 2 years, and we beat them 5-2 last year there, and here a big second period for Albert Lee puts them ahead 2-1 heading into which could be a pretty good third period here in a couple of minutes. Zamboni just getting done with its mission after the second intermission. I was going to look at, there's 2 NFL games going today, and Kansas City and Houston played that first game. The Chiefs win at home 27-19 to go to, what are they? They've only got 1 loss on the year. That's incredible. And Mahomes was playing on a bum ankle, and I saw he ran in the first touchdown, and he has this bad ankle. But they're 14-1, looking to three-peat, and they just keep rolling on. The Pittsburgh-Baltimore game is going on now, 7-7 in the second period in that ball game. Well, what's happened to the Wolves? They're falling apart. There's some infighting going on.
Yeah,
Randall and the kid aren't getting along.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Just play your game.
Yeah. They are in action against Golden State at 7 o'clock tonight, and having some trouble staying in the playoff race. I know it's early in the season and everything, but what are they? They're 8th right now, so they're in at the bottom. They're tied with Phoenix and Golden State, by the way, 7.5 games back. So this would be a great chance to kick the Warriors back a game. And I don't know what Phoenix is up to, but I guess the Wolves are still in the mix for the playoffs, but just barely clinging on there. But the Wild, on the other hand, have had the best record on and off here for most of the beginning of the year.
They lost one tough one the other night, but you're bound to have those here and there.
They play again tonight against Winnipeg, division opponent, 6 o'clock tonight on ESPN+.
That's another team that's been very hot. Only 10 losses, 23 and 10.
Yeah, they're 3 points ahead of the Wild in the standings, too, so that'd be a big win to get and knock them down a peg as well. But, yeah, it's Vikings, of course, on Sunday in Seattle, a 3 o'clock game, 3:30 game. And I think they can take out the Hawks on the road. It's not going to be easy, but, boy, that team just keeps winning, too, 12-2. Who'd have thunk it?
Yep, they win out now. They take the
number one seed. But that's tough when you got at Seattle, home against Green Bay, and then at Detroit. That does not sound easy.
No, it does not. Every game in the NFL can be tough, too.
And it's all injuries, man. If you look at Detroit, it's starting to fall a little bit apart because of all the injuries they've endured.
18 on the injuries.
And now Montgomery, one of their 2 running backs, is out. And, yeah, it just keeps getting worse for them.
And I think Green Bay is actually just coming back from a lot of injuries, so they're actually playing some good ball right now.
I'm glad we're at home against them.
Yes.
But boy, it might come down to that Detroit Viking game for supremacy in the NFC at the last week of the season.
It's hard to believe that there's only 3 weeks left in the season.
I know. It's gone fast. It really has. Just about getting ready here for period number 3. Thanks to Jonathan Streckert for running a great camera. And even when we were off the air, you did a great job.
I tried my best to keep up, so.
Back from our tech difficulties, and we got it all figured out now. So third period would be good, unless somebody kicks a wire somewhere. That always is a possibility. But waiting again for Mount Westonka to break up their huddle. And then Persig will face off against Hagen. Now really going left to right, of course, in this final period. Well, maybe not final. It was close enough. We could get some overtime here on a Saturday.
They've really struggled with face-offs this afternoon.
Yeah. 3 or 4 times they've had to whistle them dead and start over, and now we got another whistle before they drop the puck. Oh, they're looking at the scoreboard. Everything's fine. All right, here we go. Hagen and Persig, and Tigers control. Brua to Anfinson. Cross ice gets picked off by Hagen, and Whitehawks coming into the zone. Who wants it more? That's what it is. The third period's about here. Mount Westonka with a long bus ride back home, and then both teams off for the Christmas break. Most teams have some sort of a holiday tournament they try and get into after Christmas, and that is stopped by Ledger on the side there. Albert, they go into Fergus Falls this year, 4 hours northwest, almost all the way to Grand Forks, or Fargo, I guess that is.
Yeah.
Fargo up there, but the girls are going 4 hours more north to Wool Road in a tournament up there. 3 games each over 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, for the girls and boys here after Christmas.
That girls tournament, I wish I could go watch that, because that's going to be some good hockey.
Yeah. We didn't get the okay from the boss, but I guess we could go on our own, but I don't feel like driving 4 hours. 8-hour round trip. Is on goal there. Ledger having to stop that one. And he does. A minute into the third.
Up to 25 saves, having a good game.
Yeah. Both defenses have been impressive. Under duress. The Tiger one in the first period mostly, and the Whitehawks in the second period endured more shots. And both defenses and goaltenders stood up to that fairly well. Just glad that Alberta has the lead now 2-1, and I'm hoping, what I really want, more than even a power play goal, is somebody on the second and third line to score.
Right.
Start getting some more lines involved in points, and then you get a more of a complete team. You can't rely on that top line all the time, which they have been doing as Whitehawks come into the zone. It's knocked away a little bit by Albert Lee as McGill got in the way on that one. There's a shot that looked like it did some dancing on top of the crossbar there. Maybe I'm just seeing things, but they are back on the attack, these Whitehawks. Maybe they got the chewing out in that second intermission because they've played a little more physical, a little more on top of things here early in the third. Amundsen kicks it into the corner. It's picked up there by Persig. Out of the zone, cross ice it goes to McGill, chasing it, and they're going to have an icing call. Couldn't catch up to the pass.
I think McGill's got a good point here. He looks frustrated. He touched that puck here outside the blue line, so I don't think it should have been icing.
And the ref didn't see it.
No.
And Matt Erickson shakes his head. This ref crew has not pleased him. They can't run an efficient face-off. And then they had a couple of questionable calls, I would say, on Tiger penalties. Here comes Brua out of the bunch. And he keeps possession. He's got Drake Sternhagen to his right, and the shot was kicked aside. A nice shot by Brua in the corner on one of the Whitehawks as Tigers keep it in the zone here, trying to go up 2 goals. I think they can sneak out of here with a win after that first period. That's big.
Absolutely.
It's out of the zone now, but Brua fires it right back in. Almost caught by the goaltender.
I'd put him back at 500 with a lot of games left for the season.
Yeah. And that one pops in the air in the neutral zone, but Stay fighting for it over there. Held in by Bremer, and then a whistle. It must have been offsides. 14:02 to go. 2-1 Albert Lee. They'll face off here, and red dot outside the Whitehawk zone. Persig, Hagen, and the Whitehawks control that one. They got their names on their back of their jersey. Well, how do you get that? That's kind of nice.
It's probably because they're a co-op. They don't know each other, so they got to put their
Yeah, a little more money up in the Twin Cities, too, I suppose.
They don't see each other every day at school.
Oh, it's Minnetonka, of course. Beautiful people live there, you know. They got money to burn. And Brua gets a hold of it. He's a good player, that Brua.
Yeah.
I like him.
What grade is he again?
It's ahead to Bremer, and then Brua grabs it. Oh, they're going to call him offsides because Bremer was in there already. And
yeah, he's a junior. He'll be back next year.
Out comes Archie Nelson and Sam McGill with Connor Persig as their centerman. Well, actually, Colker's going to be their centerman. Anfinson and Styler on defense here for the Tigers. 13:30 to play. They're up a goal, 2-1. 3-2 in shots so far this period in favor of Mount Westonka. As sent into the zone. That's a icing call again. A lot of stoppages. Matt Erickson's explaining the rule book to the referee.
Well, that's the second time McGill's touched it going into their zone, and they've called icing.
Referee saying something, but I don't think Matt's listening to him as they face off to the right of Ledger. There's a shot that he redirects into the corner. Amperson chases it down. And a shot from the blue line. And a rebound comes off and they score. Well, Ledger stopped that first shot from the blue line, and if you're not going to stop it totally, then that rebound is going to be have some openings there if you're laying out from the first save, and that's exactly what happened there as the goal is scored by number 22, Novak. And that is going to be Novak's second of the season. He ties it up at 2. And it comes 4 minutes into
WESTONKA, number 22, August Novak, assisted by number 38, Theo Carr.
And so a 10-shot lead and a tied game at 2. And here come the Whitehawks into the zone again on a 1-on-3. But he split the defense and scores. Wow. 3 defenders back, and he just went right through them and slipped it past Ledger for the goal. That is Hagen. And Hagen with his 13th lead, team leading 13th of the season. Just a half a minute after the other one. 4:26 into the period. And all of a sudden it's 3-2 on Westonka. I take that back. It's not team leading. He ties the team leader, Liam Grant, who has been a non-factor. Number 23, I haven't seen. I don't even remember calling his name. Maybe he didn't make the trip, because I don't see a number 23 on their bench or out on the ice. So it is 3-2, and they answer back with a goal from the side of the net. That puck was loose out front and just jammed in there to tie it up at 3. And Kolker is the one who gets credit for that one. And for Jacob, that's going to be his second of the season. And another line has produced a goal here for Albert Lea. That's great to see. Did you get a replay on that one?
I did.
Go ahead and put that in action. The second for Kolker on the season. And it goes that was 15 seconds after the other one. So 4:41 of the third. And it makes it 3-3. All of a sudden we have a score fest going on here. And another breakaway for Kolker. Can he put it in? No, and he gets slammed into the boards. No call.
Keaton Bremer and number 14, Zayden Brua. 17 from 3 and 14.
Yes, Tigers keep it in the zone, and then it pops out of there, and they're going to have to face off. 3-3 with 11:47 to go. Plenty of time left, but man, flurry of goals here in the third period.
Here's another look here at that last Albert Lea goal. Nice pass to get out front there. Just unattended Albert Lea Tiger right in front of the net. Perfect play.
Hagen against Persick again in the face-off. 3-3. As Whitehawks with the shot that's gloved by Ledger and held on to. They do have an 11-shot lead again, 31-20. But still 3-3 overall on the board as the Service Minister by Iat scoreboard with 11:37 to play. And into the corner taken by the Tigers as they control that face-off, and it's out of the zone. Wave off the icing and chases on into the corner. Scott is over there. Sternhagen was down there, but Whitehawks come out with it. And dump it in. Around the back it goes and held in by the defenseman who takes a shot, and instead I'm with a save. And the effort to get it out of the zone is underway as they get it ahead to Sternhagen. He puts the brakes on and shoots one into the corner. It's Persig over there on the half wall, but he loses it, and the Whitehawks take it the other way. 3-3, 10:45 to play. Been a pretty good game both ways. Mount Westonka owned the first. Albert Lea owned the second. And it's pretty even here in the third. A little back and forth, and there's an icing call. It'll force a face-off in the Albert Lea zone with 10.5 to play, tied at 3. I got to see, before my phone dies, how my FanDuel team is doing. I have a Saturday one, and then I have several for tomorrow, too. I'm third of 3, so that ain't good. There's only a couple bucks, so no big deal. As The play continues here in the Albert Lee defensive area as they get it out of the zone. Kolker comes out of that mess with the puck, shoots it in on goal. Stopped there, and the effort to get back in. Oh man, how's that not a penalty? He got just dragged down. Bremer did, and they don't call it. And they go the other way, right in on Ledger, and he's able to knock that one aside, and it goes behind the goal for a period, and bops out all the way to the red line. Loose puck at center ice is knocked into the zone by Anthonson. And Albert Lee will get in the line change. Persig, Nelson out there, as well as McGill. And has a stop by Ledger, and he kicks that one out to the half wall and back to the center ice. Persig comes out of it. He's a one-on-one here. And he gets it knocked off his stick, saved by the goalie, and back behind the goal. Archie chasing it down. Nelson loses it and then regains it and then loses it again and knocked out of the zone. Finally by, Brua saved that one and brings it back the other way with a shot. He scores! Zayden Brua, the junior, with his second goal of the season. Defenseman gives Albert Lee the lead 4-3. 7:53 of the third. Zayden. So Kolker got his second. Zayden gets his second. Sternhagen gets his first. Persig gets his sixth, and we have a 4-3 lead. All even strength goals for Albert Lee here today. One power play goal for Mount Westonka, otherwise they have two even strengths. And now with a 4-3 advantage and 9 minutes to go, here comes Balf, knocks it in.
Tigers, number 14, Zayden Brua, unassisted, 14 with the goal.
As play continues behind the goal line here as they're having trouble in a bounce bout and a shot by Kolker that gets saved by their goaltender Hallinan.
Don't get many opportunities like that.
Yeah, that was right there. Still a one-goal lead here. I'm kind of sniffing a little overtime in this. They're so evenly matched here in this third period. It's 2-1 Albert Lee after two. Now it's 2-1 in the period. 2-2 actually in the period. As play is knocked out of the Albert Lee offensive end, and they chase it down. Brua goes after it. He's got Balf with him. Puts the brakes on behind the goal. Left that guy in the dust of the ice. He's still having trouble getting it out of there, though. Finally gets it to the circle. Breaks again. Back over to Balf. Too far for Scott and into the zone, and icing is called. They got the right idea on these passes. They're just a little too far.
Yep. Here's another look at that last goal here for Albert Lee.
Yeah, bounced out, and
he did a good job of waiting for his teammates to get back on sides and took it in himself.
So the face-off is controlled by the Tigers. And play it into the zone. 7:50 to go in the game, in regulation. 4-3. Tigers is flying into the zone. He did a flip at the blue line off the back of Brua. No call finally. It seems like every time there's any physicality, a Tiger goes to the penalty box, but not so for Mount Westonka. They let that one go, and it's 7.5 to play as the Whitehawks bring it in, and a backhand goes wide left of the goal. Stadheim with 30 saves, 33 shots. And Hallinan, 20 saves, 24. That one goes high and hits the glass and taken by the Tigers. And Stay has it now. He'll bring it out of the zone. As the Tigers try and set something up, Persig just looks out of gas. He's going to go to the bench. So Stay just takes it in, takes the shot, but it's held on to by Hallinan. And Stops clock, 6:56 to go. 4-3 Albert Lea.
Closed it back down to an 8-shot difference. That's
not bad, considering it was 13-1 at one point. Back around the goal, and the Whitehawks get it out of the zone. They got a lot of speed.
Yeah, they do. Some of these kids on this Whitehawks team don't look more than a 90-pound soaking wet.
Yeah, like the guy who has it right now, Wilson, does a dipsy-do, takes a shot, goes behind the goal. And they hold it in. 6.5 to play. Albert Lea up a goal here. That one flies in the air and almost hits the ref. Yeah, I think he blew the whistle at the puck. Don't hit me.
Probably startled them.
6:28 left. 4-3 Albert Lea lead. And this refereeing crew not going to get good marks from Matt Erickson. He's still yelling at him. They're set up for the face-off to the right of Ledger. Don't get a bench penalty. It's the last thing you need. You do have a one goal lead here, and there's only 6.5 to play. Don't want to give them any advantage at all. I mean, I can't help it. There's a shot that goes wide of the goal. I understand his frustration, though. It's been game long, and they don't change. So here's Kolker, who plays it all the way down the ice for the Tigers. That'll end up with an icing call. 6:08. Seems like there's points in the game where it just drags. It takes 5 minutes to play a minute. So Scott, Tursig, and Sternhagen, the number one line out there with Brua and Balf. Not the top pair defensively. Brua and Empinson are, but they've got that one changed up a little bit. Scott flying down that far side, dumps it in. Sternhagen's chasing. Had his first goal of the year earlier. Gets to it. Tries to help out with Scott in that corner. They are taking on 3 guys, and they win that battle. They keep holding it in now, finally taken out of the zone by the Whitehawks. But Balf goes the other way, knocks it into the zone and chases, splits the difference between 2 guys, centers it to Sternhagen, but missed the mark. And it flies out of the zone with 5.5 to play. 1 goal, Albert Lea lead. This will be a big win for these guys. Give them a lot of confidence. They've had some goals here from guys who haven't been contributing goal-wise as much as they should. Good to see. Persig takes another shot, and that little pushing going on with... I think they're sick of Brua because he's been beating people to the puck, and he's been hitting guys hard. But that's what you need, an antagonist. And Zayden seems to be the guy. Plus, he scored a goal, so that's good.
Yeah, he's really skating a good game today.
Still 9 shots behind, but so far up in the score, 4-3, with 5 minutes to play. They get to the red line, and they do make it into the zone. The Whitehawks are taken away. The swarm of Tigers take it over, and Brua unable to get it out of the zone. As Stay chases a guy. There's a shot that's close in, but defense gets to it for the Tigers. Far circle, Brua trying to knock a guy down. Back behind the goal. Over to this side to Bremer. Pop flies one to the red line, and the Whitehawks back on the attack with 4.5 to play. Brua's going to go back to the box after he just dumped Hagen in that far circle. His second time to the penalty box. First penalty of the third period for either squad. And it comes at 12:36. And we'll get the official call. Roughing, I would imagine, or tripping, one of the two. It's hard to know what they call. They change it up so much. So another power play here. The PK's been pretty good.
2 minute Minor has been assessed to Albert Lee's number 14, Zayden Brua, for interference.
Yeah, interference. What the heck is that? He dumped him in the circle. It looks more like roughing than anything, or tripping. So you never know what these refs will call, but it's all 2 minutes in the end. And they've been pretty good on the power play. They did let one in, but they are doing better than their season average of 70%. 20% of the power play for Mountain Westonka, 71.4% for Albert Lee's PK coming into tonight. As they take a shot in the far circle there with 1:10 to go, and Brewer's penalty. Try and sneak one in the corner, but shut down by Ledger, and play stops with 1:06 left in the power play for MOUND Westonka. And they need a goal. They're down one. They reset the goal there behind Ledger, and a timeout is called by MOUND Westonka. So if you've got a 1 minute queued up, we can take that. 3.5 to go. And still 1:06 left in the power play for Mountain Westonka when we return on NowReallyLive.com.
Retirement Community is proud to introduce Enhanced Care Assisted Living. This enhanced model of care provides more choices, allowing residents to age where they are. NorthfieldRetirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community. Innovation, choice, tradition.
Gutters by GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lee Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection.
For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Franzen Bank and Trust, where our mission is to determine your needs, develop relationships, and deliver solutions. I'm Aaron Nibby, and I chose to be a business banker at Franzen Bank and Trust for these reasons. Stop by and meet me for your business banking needs at Franzen Bank and Trust, off Highway 3 in Dundas.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Burst pipe or water damage? No problem. Call the experts at Service Master by Ayat. Hi, this is Beth Ayat. Our staff is trained and certified to assist you with any water damage after a burst pipe or leaky water. Locally owned since 1995, Service Master by Ayat will be there in your time of need.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Zayden Brua continues in the box there for another 1:06 as the Tigers try and kill off this late game penalty with 3:29 left in the period. Up a goal on Mound Westonka, and the Whitehawks coach Jeff Degree calls timeout and devises a power play plan here. We'll see if Matt Erickson was able to counter with his troops as it's Stay, Kolker. There's a shot, goes off a Sternheim and rebound, hits traffic. Persig is out there too as the 4 on the ice for Albert Lee, and they get another shot off Ledger, back and forth on his belly, and he saves another one with 49 seconds left in the power play. Sternhagen comes out to replace somebody. And off the ice comes Stay. Sternhagen, Anfinson, Kolker, and Persig trying to kill this last 49 seconds of the penalty off. And it's headed on an edge. It went over the line, and they didn't call it. This refereeing crew has been making mistakes against Albert Lee, but here comes Kolker sprinting into the corner, trying to give us a 2-goal lead. 30 seconds left in the power play from Mount Westonka. It would have been nice to get a shorty there, but not to be. And their last sweep into the zone here for this power play with 2:40 left in the game. Shot from the circle gets blocked by Anfinson. And back around the other way. 10 seconds left in Brua's penalty. 5 seconds, he stands up and gets ready. The shot is blocked by traffic. 1 second left, and we're back to full strength or even strength. As the puck slips, they pulled their goalie, and they have 6 skaters here.
Seems a bit early, but maybe not.
2:10 to go, and down a goal as he leaves a goal open. So, I mean, yeah, just take a whack at it and see if you can score from full length of the ice. Down under 2 minutes now. 6-on-5 for Mount Westonka as they bring it in, and that's blocked by traffic. Boy, the defense had been getting in the way of a lot. That was Sternhagen who got in the way of that one. But Mount Westonka still on the attack. They send one in, and Ledger able to stop that one with 1:41 to play. Still going to go without a goalie here. As the faceoff is in the Albert Lee side. Be nice to see somebody get a hold of it and just send it right into that empty net and put no doubt on this one. As the Whitehawks control, shoot, score. That was a ricochet off of Ledger. Give it to number 37, William Salvati. That's his 5th of the year. Ties it up at 4 with 1:34 to go. Well, we got a minute and a half to get it right.
Mound Westonka, number 37, William Salvati, assisted by number 38, Theo Carr. 37 from
Tigers with all the offensive here, trying to get the game winner. Can't quite get it in there with 1:15 to go, and here comes Mount Westonka as they send one into the corner. And back to, they've scored 3 goals this period. We have scored 2. Tied at 4 with 59 seconds to go. And a penalty coming. Well, the penalty when it counts. Late in the game. It's going to be Mount Westonka, and they're arguing. Nobody happy with the refereeing today. Looks like Novak will go, or at least he's the one that's arguing there. Been in there before, and he's not going to win the argument.
Oh, and he just got a
game misconduct or something.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 55 seconds left, so he was going to be gone anyway for the rest of the period. But there is the overtime to think of, and that means he'll be sitting in there for that probably. It's like a 10-minute overtime too, so. Yeah, you can't lose your cool even at the end of the game like that. Start berating the official. They're discussing the deal for Novak, but he'll be in the penalty box for a while. 16:05 of the third. Now explaining it to the 2 captains, Hagen and
kind of a little replay here. One of the good saves by Stadheim a little while ago here. The guy had a point-blank range. I don't know how he did it from his stomach almost.
Oh, that series, he was on his stomach 3 or 4 times. Managed to get up and get the rebounds and everything. So, yeah, Ledger's played well. Even though 4 goals have scored, this is an even game here. I'm impressed with the defense, really, even though, like I said, 4 goals is not their average. They average 6.5. We average 2.5, so we're playing ahead of our average and they're playing below theirs. But it's been an entertaining affair anyway, and they're finally getting done explaining it to the captains of the Whitehawks. Sternhagen comes out and like, did you get everything? Let's go. 55 seconds left. It's going to be an advantage for the Tigers to close out the regulation play. See if they can get their. This is a great place for a first power play goal of the year for the boys.
Yes, absolutely.
Avoid overtime and get a goal here. Are they going to get a penalty shot or what? No. Sternhagen is the only guy going out. Oh, they're explaining it to the Tiger bench. And Drake, the only one who didn't care to hear the ref. As Erickson gets the low down on the penalty. But you can see they have 2 guys in the box for the Whitehawks. So we'll have to get the official word here from our PA announcer. They didn't even see the second player go in.
Well, yeah, he went in
And then
after
they got that Brua going in too.
The coach had to decide who he wanted to put in there for the game misconduct.
But
Now
Brua-
that is, I don't understand that.
Yeah, Brua's in, so it must be a 4-on-3.
They got 4.
They got 4 guys out, so
5-on-4.
yeah, 5-on-4. Well, I hope we get an explanation here, but face-off's going to come in the Whitehawks' end defensively to the left of their goaltender. But they put 22 on for 2 minutes. That's Novak, the original penalty, and then he squawked at the official and got a second player put in with him. I don't have a number on that guy. And then Brua was put in the box for Albert Lee unexpectedly. All right, we're going to get the explanation here from PA. Once play starts, they always do that while play's going on for some reason.
You have to have your helmet on.
And Albert Lee got him on goal! Off the face-off, they wrapped around the side and scored the go-ahead goal. Kolker. He scores again. That's his second of the game, third of the year.
Another quick look at it right off the face-off. McGill come around the back of the net, put it right out in front for Kolker to
That's a
punch it
power
in.
play goal.
Yes, it is.
Their first of the year. Gives them the lead with 49.6 seconds to go. Hope they can hold it here. It's been fast and furious on the goals, and they answer back. Seems like every time we score one here in the third. So now 1 guy in the box for each team, and it's 5-on-4 for Albert Lee. Still in no, it's 5-on-5.
It's 5-on-5.
So back to even strength for the last 39 seconds now, and if Tigers can just waste enough time, they got themselves a win. As they send it in, and 28 seconds.
Jacob Kolker, 16 from 17.
And back behind the goal, Stadheim, and they send it all the way down, almost hit the empty net there with 17.3 to go. To explain all those penalties has got to be tough.
Right.
As long as it took them to explain it to her over there, the PA girl.
If they hold on here for another 17 seconds, it won't matter.
Except, yeah, the face-off to the left of Stadheim, and the Whitehawks control and send one in there. It's wide, of course, and then they center one. The defense is packed in there, and Stadheim's able to grab it and hold on with 7.7 to go. One more chance for the Whitehawks to tie it and send it to overtime, but if Albert Lee can get a hold of it and send it down the ice, they might actually score, but at least they'll win the game anyway because they have the 1-goal lead here. But Persig in that last face-off. No, it was Kolker. That goes across the crease, 2 seconds, and they're going to win it. 5-4, Tiger win. And a wild third period here from the Roy, as some Mount Westonka players taking it tougher than others, as the struggle was for real. They're back to 500 at 5-5, and Albert Lee back to 500 at 3-3 on the season. We'll take our Service Master cleanup break and tell you how the goals played out here and send you on your way on a Saturday before Christmas here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Discover GT Window and Door, dedicated to transforming houses into homes for over 12 years. Every window and door is an opportunity to step into a world of possibilities. Whether it's upgrading your windows for better insulation or adding style with a new door, GT Window and Door is here to make your home dreams a reality. I'm Adam with GT Window and Door. We take pride in our commitment to excellence, ensuring we're your go-to for all things windows and doors. Call us today to schedule your consultation and start your journey to a more beautiful, comfortable home with GT Window and Door.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by IATS Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster by IAT today.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Back here at the Roy, and 6 goals in the third period, 3 for each team, but that was enough for Albert Lea to get the win 5-4 as they trailed after 1-0, and Blake Decker scoring his 10th of the season on a power play for Mount Westonka. They took the 1-0 lead into the first intermission. And in the second period, Drake Sternhagen scored his first of the season. It might have even been his first varsity goal, but even strength goal, 3:39 in the second to tie it up. And then Persig gave him the lead with his 6th of the season at even strength, and I made it 2-1 Albert Lea after 2. And then the wild third period, I said it sets up for an exciting third period. I didn't know how exciting, but looked like Mount Westonka was taking over when they scored the first 2 of the third. Novak with his 2nd of the season, even strength, 4 minutes in. Then 26 seconds later, they got another one from Hagen, his 13th of the season. And then Albert Lea tied it with Kolker getting his 2nd goal of the year, 4:41. So 3 goals in 41 seconds, 2 for them, 1 for us. And we're tied at 3-3. Then Albert Lea took the lead 4-3 with Zayden Brua scoring his 2nd of the year at 7:53 of the third. Then it was tied up 4-4 with Zalvati, his 5th of the season, an even strength goal for Mount Westonka at 16:05 of the third. And then 16 seconds later, Kolker scores the game winner on a power play for Albert Lea, his 3rd goal of the season, their first power play goal. Got off the schneid on that one. And that was the game winner with 49 seconds left, 5-4. Albert Lea gets a hard-fought W and gets their record to 3-3.
Yeah, it's a good time. Be 500, long season ahead of them. So.
Now the difference, we talk about the 4-hour trips that the girls and the boys are taking. Hey, we get a visit from, speaking of the girls hockey, the head coach here. The boys have a trip to Fergus Falls for the holiday tournament on the day after Christmas, and none of those teams are, doing great. They're around 500, so right. I think they got a good chance at it. The girls have a tougher little road up to War Road, I think, with some tougher teams up there, but then again, they're having a better year. So we've been talking about how fun it would be to go up there and watch your girls play. But yeah, we're about to wrap up, and we'll talk to you. But exciting game today, Chad, and the boys, I think, found out that if they just stay with it and they can get some goals. They got a lot of goals from not the top line, and they got their first power play goal of the year, so things are starting to look better for them.
Whatever coach said to them after that first period, it definitely
seemed to work.
So definitely put some fire under them.
Exactly. All right, well, thanks to you, sir, and Merry Christmas to you, as well as to our camera guy, blanking on your name, Jonathan. Yes, he did stellar work again for us here. I'm Jay Paul. We'll send you on your way. Have a Merry Christmas out there. Big 5-4 win for the Albert Lea boys here in hockey on AlbertLeaLive.com.